Jackie Wangai, a businesswoman in Nairobi and a mother of two with a third on the way, says that after a long day at work, all she wants is to get home and relax in a nice and quiet place. But is this always the case? We followed her home in an attempt to get an inside story of a regular evening at her house and her parenting styles in a bid to keep up with the two fast-growing boys.
Parenting is hard and it's a continuous process. I guess you can't really say how you've raised them, because I guess until they're old and grown-ups now you can judge your parenting. But for now, be patient with them. Try and show them a lot of love and understanding. Like, try and give to them what I want them to give back to me.
On arrival, we find that apart from her two boys, 6-year-old Sydney and 2-year-old Jaden, her sister has paid her a visit, and together with her 4 sons and 2 house helps, it is truly a full house. At dinner time, keeping up with 6 children aged between 8 months and 6 years is not an easy task, as you would imagine.
Eat your food.
The one who will disturb won't go to the supermarket. Whoever wants to go to the shop to please eat their food. Sydney, Christian, sit down and eat if you are going to the supermarket. Sydney, sitakwambia tena.
But isn't coming home to such scenes daily rather exhausting?
It's tiring to come from work tired and then come to a full house or come to the kids here doing this and that. But in a weird way, it's actually quite refreshing. Christian, put your feet down, please, and eat your food. Eat your food.
Christian? Yes, sir.
So it's a mixture of both.
Calling herself the bad cop, a fact she says that her children are aware of, Jackie says that her children sometimes go behind her back to ask for things they know she wouldn't normally concede to.
I know I'm the bad cop, and I like it like that. They know they can get away with stuff when they're around the dad because they know that he's a bit lenient.
So how exactly does she balance between instilling discipline to her children at the same time ensuring that she doesn't go overboard?
I give threats. I hope they don't hear. But because the threats don't work so well, I talk to them a lot, but I also put in a bit of spanking because there are those things you just can't ignore.
What of during her and her husband's absence while at work? How does the house help continue upholding the taught discipline?
She's not allowed to spank them or anything. She's supposed to call me because sometimes Sydney might give her a hard time. Jaden is very cooperative. I think she finds it a bit overwhelming to keep calling me, so she also has turned to threaten him a lot.
And according to Nancy Gathuita, a counsellor dealing with family matters, indiscipline is what turns a child into a brat.
A brat is a child who is not controlled, can do anything she wants or he wants. So, when we're raising up children, we need to instill in them values.
Nancy says that frequent tantrums by a child should be the red light for any parent to recognize that their child is slowly turning into a brat.
The time the child just asks for something and they cannot do without and refuses completely to do without, I would say that the mother or the father should be able to recognize if the child is turning to be a brat.
Nancy goes on to say that the only solution in such cases is that the parent should start by withdrawing some of the benefits the child has, and slowly they will learn to adjust and stop the tantrums. She, however, adds that to avoid the problem to begin with, parents are at fault for failing to nip the problem when it first shows itself.
I would think the parent, because we are older, more experienced. Behavior is controlled by the environment and the experiences.
Florence Gathuita, GPS News.